In this lecture, we will learn about constructors and methods of linked list provided by Java. Along with list methods, linked list in Java designed to act as a queue and a stack. Hence, Java implements DQ interface methods. Linked list provides two constructors and several methods. Let's have a look at them. There are two versions of constructors available, such as in two ways one can decide the state of a linked list during its creation. One is an empty linked list. The second one is by passing a collection, which will create a linked list from the passed collection. Now let's discuss about the methods. The first method is add method. It has two overloaded versions. One is adding an element at the end of the list, while the second form can be used to add an element at the specified position in the list. The first form of add is really faster, and time taken to insert an element is always constant, irrespective of the size of the list. Second form is bit slower, but faster than the similar version of array list. To insert, this version needs to locate the node of the given position. In the previous lecture, we saw how this works by implementing add method. The next method is add all method, which allows us to add multiple elements at the same time. There are two overloaded versions available. First one can be used to append the collection to the existing list. The second form can be used to append the collection at the specified position. And this method is quite useful when working with multiple collections. The next methods are add first and add last methods. Add first and add last methods are used to add at the beginning and at end respectively. Clear method can be used to clear the list. It removes all the elements from the list. The clone method can be used to return a shallow copy of linked list. This method is inherited from object class. Contains method returns true if the list contains the specified element. Descending iterator returning reverse iteration of a list. The element method returns the head element of the list. This method does not remove the element from the list. The get method returns the element at the specified position in the list. Get first method returns the first element or head element of the list. Similar to element method, get last method returns the last element of the list. Index of method returns the index or position of the first occurrence of the specified element. If not found, returns -1. Last index of method returns the index or position of the last occurrence of the specified element in the list. Returns -1 if the element does not exist in the list. The list iterator method returns a list iterator of the elements from the list starting from the given position. Offer method adds an element to the end of the list and returns true or false based on the success of the operation. Offer first method inserts at the front or head of the list and returns true or false based on insertion status. Offer last method, as the name suggests, adding at the end or tail of the list and returns a boolean value. Peek method returns the head element of the list and is similar to element and get first method. Peek first and peek last method returns head and tail element from the list. These two methods does not remove them. Return null if list is empty. The next three methods are poll, poll first and poll last methods. All these methods retrieves and remove the element from the list. Poll and poll first remove the head element of the list, while poll last remove the tail element. The next two methods are push and poke. These two methods can be used to mimic stack in linked list. Push always adds an element at the tail of the list, and poke always removes the element from the tail of the list, such as it is implementing a last in first out behavior. The next method is remove. It has three overloaded versions. The first version removes the head of the element. The second version removes the element at the specified position in the list. The third version removes the first occurrence of the specified element from the list. The first two versions will throw no such element or index out of bounds exception in case of failures or operations on empty list. Remove first method, remove first element in the list. Remove first occurrence, remove the first occurrence of element. Remove last method, remove last element from the list. Remove last occurrence, remove last occurrence of the list. The set method replaces the element at the specified position with the specified element. Size method returns the size of the list. The last method that we are going to see is toArray method. It has two overload versions, quite a useful method when working with arrays. It returns an array version of the list. Additional to this method, LinkedList extends all the methods that you see here. Such as these methods are also available to work with LinkedList. In the next lecture, let's see the demo of LinkedList.